Hi, I'm Chef Mark with LearnToCook.com. In today's outdoor barbecue session, I'll be showing you how to cook a steak. We have a beautiful ribeye on the grill. All right, now you're going to want to know how to marinate your steaks. Find a container suitable. I have a great mixture of Italian dressing, and I use Dr. Pepper. It's a great, has a nice tangy, a citric acid note, a little root note to it. I like to add that to my Italian dressing. Let that marinate just a few hours. You don't want to put a ribeye steak overnight because the acid will tend to discolor and toughen the meat. This marinade also had salt in it. It's just your basic Tuscan Italian dressing with some Dr. Pepper root beer in it. Let that sit 3 or 4 hours. What that's going to do is give it more flavor because the ribeye already is tender. Now, many people ask, how do I season a steak? Well, the most important part is when you season a steak is to make sure it's perfectly dry. You can wash the meat if you like, pat it dry. You need to use some salt. I like to use sea salt. The steak is perfectly dry. I put the sea salt, and this is the fine sea salt. I prefer that since it's natural. Don't be afraid to liberally season the steak, all right? And pat that in. Some people put a little oil to allow the salt to adhere, right? So we'll turn it over, and I have just a little olive oil to adhere to the steak. Just very light. We're not put a lot of oil on it. And then don't be afraid to salt it. Lots of meat, the salt will absorb in it and give it great flavor. So that's a properly seasoned steak. So with your salted steak, you'll want to place it on. This is probably one of the best steaks to use for barbecue. It's the ribeye, boneless ribeye. It's very tender. Of course, the filet is tender, but the filet is very thick, and if you're not careful, you'll make a filet mignon 3 to 4 inches in height, a bit tough. It'll be a bit burnt. So it's always nice to have a steak, a ribeye steak, because it's a little thinner. And depends on the cut. There could be a large intramuscular fat cap, which there is in this one. So we oil the grill, and we're going to put it right on there to cook. Now with the marinade, it's very important that you remove all that marinade because that burns. Do not put products on the grill with the marinade. The marinade burns off, so marinade is just for flavor. And since there's some oil in there, it won't stick to the grill. So we're going to wipe that off and put it on as well. You can see it's a nice sear, beautiful heat. And sear is coming off. It's nice and hot. I'm going to close it. Let those cook. All right, so here we are with our medium steak. So we put on the grill on moderate high heat. Let's put on our carving board. All right. Now, how do you know when to turn the steak over? When the blood starts to rise on one side, that's an indication to turn the steak over. Let's press and see. So that is a firm texture. That is firm. That's a medium steak. That means it'll have a warm center. Pink warm center. That's a medium steak. Let's place this here, then we'll cut it for you. So now we're ready to serve our steaks. We've let them rest. They grill beautifully. And to serve them, you'll want to, you can give one whole steak to one person, but they'll probably want to have half of it or less. So I like to carve it nice in half at least. This nice medium steak, warm center, pink. That's a medium steak. And then you can serve your guests if you want to carve it, so they don't eat too much meat. So there's how to serve your steak, beautiful. The fat you can trim off, but the nice thing about a ribeye steak is some of the fat has great flavor, not to discount that. So there you are, serving your steak to your guests, wonderful medium cooked. Well, thanks for joining us today at learntocook.com. Be sure to comment and to subscribe. Also visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great day and thank you.